Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to another episode of What? Energy Check. Last week, I needed to take a break, okay? If you guys know, it's 4/20. It was my best friend's birthday. Shout out to my best friend. Happy birthday to you. Appreciate you and I love you. Right hand, you feel me? I just appreciate you, Shanice. You're the best. So, top of the week, right? Energy check. How are you feeling from 1 to 10? Energy-wise, are you high or are you low? I've been really high, so don't take my little break as a little dismissal because it wasn't. It was really, really me just taking a break. I needed one. The fuck? I'm doing searching or validation on YouTubies and other streaming platforms. Like, if you're not feeling it for that day, it's totally okay. Don't beat you up. Mental health check of the week. How are you feeling from 1 to 10? Talk to me. Are you feeling wild and free like my hair? I hope you guys like it. I haven't been out in a while like this. I hope you guys tuned into last week's episode when I actually reviewed Dreamville Festival and I shouted out J. Cole and I critiqued him and how I ended that episode. Chef kiss. I just cut what I was talking about. Y'all go check that out because I just cut what I talked about and dropped something else and you can see me talking, but another thing is going on in it. Check that out. It's very good information. I think my opinion was so solid. If I little 35 views, I really think it was solid. You know, like because of that review, I had so many other people sending me other YouTubers reviews and I was just like, I ain't the only one. I just honestly, let me tell y'all, I don't know if it's to toot my own horn. Unpopular opinion. Some of y'all commentators are really aggravating. Like the use of the N-word, the use of being so flamboyant and loud and trying to like overstate yourself and repeating yourself. You guys need to do better in posts because delete some of that shit. Like I'm tired of hearing people repeat themselves so many goddamn times. Like that's how I know y'all like listening to yourselves because you repeat yourself in this camera so many times. There's other people listening. You don't have to repeat it 4 or 5 times. We get it. That was my little unpopular opinion. Who am I though? Who the fuck am I? Don't shoot a messenger. A little break. And I was also coming back from Dreamville. I was been dealing with like allergies and really bad like congestion. And I had like that phlegmy cough in my chest. My voice was sounding raspy. It was just sick. It was just like... I also went to Pride. Pride was great down in Miami. Here's my Pride weekend. Shout it out. Here's also something else I did this weekend. Best friend for her birthday. Shout her out. So I just been living and thriving and living, being comfortable. I ain't gonna say too much yet. I'm gonna just shut the fuck up. Anytime you speak too much, too fast, it just doesn't happen. And I want this to happen. So relax. Weird thought of the day. You know, when you fall on your ass, like for skateboarders, because I went out on a date with this girl and she was a skateboarder and she was just like, you know, every time I fall, like I'll be fucked up, bruised up, but I'll get back up and I want to land that trick again. And then when I land it, I'm just like, and it's that feeling, you know, that feeling of when you conquer something. Why is that? Why do we got to validate ourselves so much to say, I did it? Like, it's a great feeling. Don't get me wrong. I'm not shunning it. But what I am saying is like, why? You never think of that? Weird thought. I was like, why I gotta keep beating myself up to feel better about myself? Is that trauma? Is that trauma? It's the way we act. It's the way school's probably embedded in us. I ain't write no template today, so I'm just trying to like go off. I'm just here, bitch. But I'm trying to like get the little breakdown so I don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to be saying. Self-care tip of the week. Go restock your products. Go get that conditioner you need. Go get that Aveeno soap you need. Stop prolonging it and every time you get in the shower, you're like, fuck, go do that. Mental health tip of the week. I always say this. I'm going to just like tune into it so you can really understand. Check this person out.
Or just be yourself. If people don't like you if you're being yourself, fuck them.
That's my mental health tip of the week. Fuck these people. These people don't care for you. These people don't care about you. They're only caring about their minutes, their seconds, their hours within their motherfucking day. Or just a simulation that comes in and out, glitch that comes in and out of people's lives. So do not allow people's opinions, their thoughts, their judges, anything dictate you in your life. I don't care if it's your mother, your father, your grandmama, auntie, cousin, them down the street, the next door neighbor. Fuck them people. If they don't like you,
or just be yourself. If people don't like you if you're being yourself, Fuck 'em.
Again, like, I don't like that. Like, I don't like people in their personalities trying to alter other people in their personalities to where they can't be themselves. And that is a mental strain. Nobody likes dealing with that. That's ugly behavior. Don't be ugly out here in the street to these people. So if you're the person who's being mean, vinyl of the week. So I like to give music that is also very trendy, right? But I also like to give music that is very thought-provoking, mind-provoking. Someone who like me, who deals with ADHD, I be having to really tune into what I listen to because my brain needs to be like waved out. If you're like, okay, you're my type of person, if you listen to like lo-fi hip hop, lo-fi jazz, lo-fi coffee house style, like I need that to like keep me going. I don't need anything, but I like to have it just so I can like stay focused. And that's another like just weird thought of the day. If you have some type of disorder or you have some type of sick or you have some type of deficiency that makes you different from everybody else, take that as your own responsibility. That ain't everybody else's responsibility to be dealing with your ADHD, your OCD, your whatever the fudge you got going on. You don't have to deal with that. So why don't you take control of whatever you're going through? And for me, I have ADHD. So I take control of it by music. Final of the week, Tom Misch. This man right here, he just gets me. He just sets tone. This little white boy, I love him. I love you, Tom. I've been rocking with you since 2018. Okay. Let's play some Tom Misch for you. Tom Misch, guys. That's my man right there. Y'all looking for some art music, some second thought music, some subconscious music. Like, it's really important to talk to your subconscious and your unconscious. Like, the things that we implant in our subconscious is only what's going to come out later on, you know? If you're feeding yourself negativity, and then you wake up tired as hell the next day, what do you think is going on? It's because you were feeding yourself that. Copy? So this week, I really wanted to have a conversation about like why healing yourself biggest importance to living in this lifetime of right now. Like I said, we can't take accountability for everybody else, but we can damn sure take accountability for ourselves. And what does that look like when you take authority over your own growth, your healing process, your journeys, your boundaries, and what it looked like? What does that look like for when you're actually healed? And I seen this guy on Instagram talking about it, and I was just like, damn, like this is exactly what I be trying to say. So here we go. We're going to talk about it. Here's a video.
Why do intelligent women, or so many of them, remain single or prefer to be single? It's a great question. And when we're dealing with any person that's intelligent, they know themselves. They've done a deeper level of work on themselves. They have learned to love themselves. They a better boundary. In other words, they are going to own their nose. When someone unhealthy or toxic enters their life, they're not going to lean into them and say, yes, how can I please you? How can I help you? How can I support you? How can I maximize your needs and minimize mine? They've done a level of self-work on themselves. They are self-sufficient. They are less reliant on men. They aren't going to tolerate bullshit. They aren't going to tolerate games. As a result of that, they're not choosing the same kind of partnership over and over again and wondering, why is this happening? They've made the unconscious patterns and trauma in their lives conscious. They've actually equilibrated or worked with their trauma. And that really is, intelligence is a very layered conversation and a very layered concept. But when we're talking about relational intelligence and emotional intelligence in relationship, it is vested and grounded in self-love. It is vested and grounded in moving beyond the patterns of the past that have been survival patterns and into patterns of thriving. These intelligent women, and this is what I admire so much about them, are not only curious about their own lives, but they're not willing to settle. So they are happy to be single and they can find and create joy in their world outside of needing partnership. So partnership becomes a desire and a healthy partnership becomes a priority. What are your thoughts on that?
What are your thoughts on that? A healthy relationship equals priority, not just having a relationship. I could have had many relationships. Like, nobody want to do that. No, ma'am, no ham. We don't want to just do that. So over the past couple weeks, like I've been reaching out to a few people. When I say a few people, I mean people from my past that I feel like I just needed to clean some things up. Click those karmatic links, fix them, heal them, mold them up, because like I know I'm healing and I'm growing in a better space and I just don't want to deal with certain shit. And the things that maybe I have caused to people unintentionally, I've been wanting to work through those kinks. See, and that's what he is basically saying in the video. It's like when you're dealing with someone who is consciously working on themselves to become the best selves of the next person, for the next person, people, family, or things, but it's really for themselves, I can never really lose. Let's break down this video right now.
Why do intelligent women, or so many of them, remain single or prefer to be single? It's a great question. And when we're dealing with any person that's intelligent, they know themselves. They've done
They know themselves. Because what?
a deeper level of work on themselves. They have learned
Done a deeper level of work on themselves. And I think that's for me why I just can't deal with somebody who's not in tune with themselves, who don't know themselves, and who is not really trying to grow or become a better person of themselves. Because I do the work, and the work is not easy. Never has it been, never will it be easy. If I settle for somebody who's so okay with themselves, so content, where does that put me? Because even when I grow and even when I change and when I become the best version of me, it's never a stopping door. It's a forever revolving door.
love themselves. They a better boundary. In other words, they are going to own their nose. When someone unhealthy or toxic enters their life, they're not going to lean into them and say, yes, how can I please you? How can
They know their boundaries, and they're not going to be leaning in to basically be a super saver hoe with somebody in their life because they know themselves. They only put themselves in situations that they have the capacity to handle. What if we start handling life like that? I have the capacity, or do I not have the capacity? It's only two options here, and it's always for you. It's never for the next person. And yeah, that could kind of seem fucked up, right? I'm like, oh, it's always benefiting. Well, I got to go to sleep at night wondering if I have enough energy for the next day. Nobody worries about that. You know how many times we'll go out with my friends, we'll have an amazing time, birthday gatherings, all that. And I'm like 11:34 or 11:48 to start creeping around the corner. And I'm like, I need to go. I got work to do. Because guess what? Ain't nobody else fucking waking up at 5:30 in the morning but me. Not to say they don't gotta work the next day. My schedule, my life is just different from the next. So mind you, if I allow people to dictate my time and my days, especially with my friends and my loved ones, how would I ever really grow? Because I can't stand on the boundary of saying, no, I gotta be home by midnight, and that is it. And that is pushing it. Gotta go, gotta blast. I even talked to my best friend about it. I was like, I be feeling like I'm a vibe killer because once I lead, and it'd be like, it just starts to train. Everybody want to go now because it's like the energy is not there. No, I'm just playing with Furrow though. But she was just like, yo, like just say no, or just leave, or just say you gotta do it. Like, fuck it. Like, it is what it is. Sometimes you gotta be the villain, right? You're right. When you know yourself and you move in love for yourself, regardless, not trying to hurt anybody else or not trying to be selfish, because that's never the case. But moving in best intentions for yourself can come off selfish. It can come off like this bitch thinks you know it all, or whatever. But it's like, you know you. So of course it's gonna come off as I think I know everything because I know me. I don't know the life. I don't know what's going on in your life. I don't know. But what I do know is what's going on in mine and how I need to move with mine. You get me?
to them and say, yes, how can I please you? How can I help you? How can I support you? How can I maximize your needs and minimize mine? They've done a level of self-work on themselves. They are self-sufficient. They are less reliant on men. They aren't going
They're self-sufficient, rely less on men or friends and family. They're just like, I could do this. I got this. I've been doing this. I've been have this. And that's kind of something I've been working on too, because like now that I'm so self-sufficient, I really need to learn how to integrate somebody into my life. Like, how do I do that? Like, how do I split these responsibilities? Ow! Really trying to do that. And not for the sake of I have a person that I'm trying to do it with, but I know that's what I want to do. And I know that I've been making space in my life, house, to have another person, because that's something, another post I seen online is like, how can you want more, but you never made space for it? And that made me think, my closet ain't got no space for another person. Like, and I got a big walk-in closet filled up for me. So this is the kind of like how can I say this? The kind of reassurance I give myself, the kind of love I give it to myself, the type of awareness that I give myself is that I'm like, okay, take accountability in all of these things. And I think that's another thing that he's really basically touching on is when you're dealing with someone who has a very high level of accountability, it's no issue for them to move forward and be greater than what they were just 10 minutes ago. How can you like shun that? You get me? Like, how can you freak out about that? Like, you need to know what you coming up to the plate for when you're dealing with a person like that. Like, are you ready to take accountability? Are you ready to face the mirror? Are you ready to do the healing journey? Are you ready to let go of your past to move forward for the future? Are you ready to not judge that person like you judged the last person? Are you ready? We ask ourselves these questions. This is how we become that person in this video he's talking, is that you're at a level of consciousness that a lot of people may not be at. Self-awareness that a lot of people just may not be at. People really do live in the clouds, bro. They find it more comfortable there. For me, I find it more delulu there. When I know I need to work on something, but I'm just going to be like, that shit. No bag. That's no bueno.
How can I maximize your needs and minimize mine? They've done a level of self-work on themselves. They are self-sufficient. They are less reliant on men. They aren't going to tolerate bullshit. They aren't going to tolerate games. As a result of that,
I'm not going to settle for bullshit and I'm not taking the games. Cause why? I play enough with myself. Every day is a fucking gamble with myself. When I get in the car and I close my eyes, when I wake up in the morning, that's all a gamble. I don't know if I'm going to be okay. I don't know if I'm going to wake up in the morning. I don't know. So if I have to do all these games for myself and risk it with myself, Russian roulette on myself, why would I Russian roulette it with people rather I'm fucking you or not? But why am I playing these games with you? We too grown for that.
Relied on men. They aren't going to tolerate bullshit. They aren't going to tolerate games. As a result of that, they're not choosing the same kind of partnership over and over again and wondering why is this happening. They've made the unconscious patterns and trauma in their lives conscious. They've actually
They made their unconscious and subconscious trauma. You know what I'm saying? Like we pick that up, we look at it, we're like, how can we fix this?
Again and wondering why is this happening. They've made the unconscious patterns and trauma in their lives conscious. They've actually equilibrated and worked with their trauma. And that really is, intelligence is a very...
The intelligence of bringing your unconscious and subconscious patterns and traumas to grow from that is so layered, like he was saying. It's a very layered level of emotional intelligence that a person has to have to feel for them and everybody in the room, but still make best decision for themselves. That's the hardest fucking thing. I always tell people like, one, I'm so happy I didn't start my podcast when I first got out of a breakup because it was so bad. It was so, and that was never the energy I meant to spill out. But I want people to understand the level of fear I had, the level of what the fuck I'm doing I had when I just let my life spiral out. It was so much control in that because I always kept it together. I always had so many reasons to keep it together. I had a relationship to keep it together. I had a business to keep it together. I had my family to keep it together. I had my friends on why I had to keep it together. But I will never forget 2020 to 2021 where I just let the shit spiral the fuck out. Like it just, when you just you just needed to see what the fuck is at the end at this point because whatever I am trying to do is just bullshitting it even more. So I just need to be able to have the strength to handle whatever comes. You know how much fear it was for me to leave a relationship that I knew I still love this person. I knew that this is my best friend. I knew that like to this day, you're great. I love you. Like you were my best friend. You know how hard it was to leave that? Thank you, Shadow. But yeah, man, I know I'm being vulnerable. But yeah, like that wasn't easy. People be like, oh, you were just fed up and tired. Yeah, I was fed up and tired of talking and saying the same thing over and over again, not getting nowhere else because I'm not insane, but I was feeling really insane. So anytime you go through things in your life, and even just like what we're talking about now with bringing the subconscious and the patterns and traumas up to the forefront to address them with emotional intelligence, I think is something that you should pat yourself on the shoulder for because a lot of people don't give those people their kudos, like that you did a good job. That's probably the most hardest thing to do is choose yourself in any situation when you want to love and choose on everybody else. You are a warrior. We are almost there. There's no way to fail when you believe in yourself. Now, when it comes to adding people of value to your life, you will feel that energy. And if you start seeing little flags, we give them time. But just always remember, it's you over everybody, babe. It's you over everybody, and stand on that. It's okay.
Really is, I mean, intelligence is a very layered conversation and a very layered concept. But when we're talking about relational intelligence and emotional intelligence in relationship, it is vested and grounded in self-love. It is vested and grounded in moving beyond the patterns of the past that have been.
Be grounded in self-love. Let your past traumas and relations grow over you, not blow over you, but grow over you, where you can let those things go. You can move forward. You can take those as lessons and not God trying to beat up on you. You could take it as like, oh my God, if I would have never been through this, I would have never understood these moments. You know, it's okay to have that strength to face the Joker and deal with it head on. And when it comes to relationships, I definitely the men and women too, because I ain't know this could happen to me. But I always say we are a mirror to each other. So when you meet someone, whether it's a friend or a potential person you want to date, right? When you meet them, all the things, the ucks and the icks, that you looking at is a reflection of who you are. Those are the inner demons that you fight with and deal with. And you're just like, or if you have dealt with and seen in your past, right? Because sometimes we're not there. But sometimes that's where I was telling you about earlier when I was like, I needed to heal my karmatic links. I needed a hoop because I knew I subconsciously did some things that till this day is still showing up in my life. You know what I'm saying? And now that I'm taking accountability for them and I'm addressing it and moving, everything is like moving smoothly. Like everything or everyone that I've been meeting or dating or just hanging with is getting better and better in quality. You get what I'm saying? And I only notice that because I am a person who does the work. I do the work. So if I'm doing the work, I need to know when is it working. And to say how you know it works is when you feel your energetic pull in life just be increased. Like, yeah, you could be dealing with same issues, different issues, because issues never really go away, right? Where the fuck are they going? But at the same time, the way you're handling it is better. The way it's coming in your life is better. It's not coming in like a fucking tornado. It's like now you could see the storm coming type of shit. That's growth. That's emotional maturity. That's when we're breaking chains from our past so we could do better. You know what I'm saying? And I just want everybody to know that with being on this channel and doing the work, it's going somewhere. You may not see it today. You might see it tomorrow. If you don't see it tomorrow, you might see it on Friday. And if it ain't Friday next month, it's going to be right there in your face again. That's what I'm trying to say.
Patterns of the past that have been survival patterns and into patterns of thriving. These intelligent women, and this is what I admire so much about them, are not only curious about their own lives, but they're not willing to settle. So they are happy to be single and they can find and...
I'm happy to be single. And I can find and create joy out of anything. I don't need a person. Do I want a person? Yeah, sometimes no. And maybe I need to heal through that, you know? But yeah, when you become so self-sufficient emotionally, monetarily, financially, whatever it is, you're never alone. You're never lonely, never bored. Always got something to do. I can clean my cat litter right now. I got things to do.
joy in their world outside of needing partnership. So partnership becomes a desire and a healthy partnership becomes a priority.
It becomes a desire. It can happen. I'll hope that it happens, but it don't have to happen. I'm good. It becomes so, oh my God, I'm great. You get what I'm saying? Like, and then on top of that, healthy connection. That's my priority. Healthy as fuck. What are your thoughts on that? How do you feel about staying in unhealthy relationships that you're feeding, but they're not feeding you? How do you feel about continuously letting your family and friends overstep your boundaries? How do you feel about not having boundaries? Look at our parents, aunties, cousins, them who don't know anything about any of what I'm talking about. And how are their lives? What kind of delusional state are they living in? These are all the things we need to think about when we want to be just emotionally mature and prioritize our own happiness over others. And it could seem very selfish, but guess what? We understand that sometimes you got to be the villain, right? We discussed that. So, best friend, you going to church? Okay, go ahead. I'll pause. Baby, come back to me. Come back to me. So I hope you realize that on your own journey, ain't nobody gotta go on that journey with you. Your friends and family members and people in life, they don't have to choose love, peace, and happiness like you want to. But as long as you're okay with where you're at, no one else would ever affect you. And that's really the main topic of discussion, is don't let other people in their lives dictate how you feel, how you move, where you're going, and where your heart lies in life. You are the only one that can control your own destiny. And when you allow other people's energy to dig in and dictate why you feel the way you feel, who you are, and all that other stuff, guess what? Now they're controlling your destiny. Control your thoughts, control your emotions, control where you're at all times, so you can see the best outcome every time for you and your destiny. And that's what I wanted to make sure that we take accountability for. Accountability over here, babe. Don't shoot the messenger. Well, I hope you enjoyed another episode of Energy Check. Thank you for tuning in. Please like, share, turn on that little notification bell. Share this with a friend. If you know a friend who's on these vibes, send it off. Like, share me. My birthday's coming up. That's what you could do for me. Share me. Shout out to all the Tauruses and the Geminis to come. I just want to say I see you, I appreciate you, and I love you. Have an amazing, amazing week. Stay wild, stay free, stay centered, and love on yourself. Have a great week.